John Cheever's novel, he talks about the Adirondacks and the scent of the air and the sunlight coming through the trees and the moss on the ground and the beauty of the seasons and the warm wool on your back as you skate across the beautiful lake which freezes, and the beauty of nature abounds. And here, instead of the rock of all ages, we see the tree for all ages and all mankind. This tells you that older generations had passed the torch to much younger generations who are all about conservation and preservation. So join us as we discover the point, its history, its magic, and it's for you, Lexico Living. Jacob, I have to say that I have been transported from California to one of the most beautiful places on earth. You should be so proud. And tell us the history of the point. I mean, where am I and what am I going to discover in the next 48 hours?
Well, the point's, centrally located on Upper Saranac Lake, which is in the middle of the Adirondack Park. It's the largest park in the lower 48. Built as a great camp for William Avery Rockefeller, completed in 1933. And like a lot of the other great camps, was meant to blend in with nature. Being nestled in the center of the largest park in the country, we have wildlife abound, and listening to the loon in the distance.
I know, it's just so we're talking about 6 million acres or something
There's
like
6
that?
million acres that comprise the Adirondack Park.
Right.
Approximately. The majority of the original great camps are still around today, and they number up in the 40s.
Who would those people be?
Oh, influential. The movers and shakers in the 1920s. J.P. Morgan, the Vanderbilt family, the DuPont family, the Posts, the Rockefellers who built the points.
Right. And their visions for coming here was to create a sense of seclusion and privacy, but at the same time a oneness with nature. And I think what's so interesting is you still get that feeling here. You don't really know what's in the forest beyond the trees. You know what I'm saying? So that sense of privacy is so special here in the Adirondacks.
It truly is. The idea is to really come, get away, take a respite from your everyday life, reconnect with nature a little bit. We're very fortunate at the point we're close to the public, so it's very private and quiet. And the Adirondacks themselves, there's never large crowds or a lot of traffic.
And the word Adirondack, is that a Iroquois, or does that have some native indigenous meaning?
It's an Iroquois term. It was a little stab at the Algonquin Indians who lived in just the very southern reaches of the Adirondacks, and the word itself means bark eater. So essentially they were making fun of their hunting abilities by calling them Adirondacks. Saying, essentially, to live in the Adirondacks you need to be a bark eater.
Well, not only a bark eater, but with
great furniture and things like that. That's meant to feel like you're still at one with nature. It's blending in with nature and being kind of part of it in your house.
So, Jacob, I've been told, I know we're here Wednesday night, and I have been primed for what is going to be a phenomenal 7-course meal. Could you explain a little bit about that?
Well, we keep a little in tradition of the kind of the great camp era when this was a Rockefeller property, and they would everyone around the lake would host these very elaborate dinner cocktail parties, and dressed black tie, they would come in by boat, and we keep that tradition today. Every Wednesday and Saturday, host a 7-course black tie dinner.
Oh.
The guests come together for cocktails between 7 and 8,
Right.
dress black tie.
That's all I brought, by the way. I
yeah.
didn't bring a dress. Is that acceptable? Can I
Well,
just
we
show
never
up
tell a
in
lady
black
how to dress. So
Yeah.
just the gents, they need
I
a little
know.
help. So we still
Yeah.
keep that tradition, and
Right.
the chef really goes all out, and
I can't imagine. I can't wait. And he was saying, we were in the kitchen moments ago, and he was saying that a lot of the food is FedExed. In other words, like the oysters and some of the wonderful little things that are going to accompany the 7-course meal. The cheeses obviously are flown in from Europe and
Correct.
that sort of thing. Yeah.
FedEx is great for us just because of the remote nature of where we are.
Yeah.
They are able to deliver products to us overnight.
So the idea, when you come to the point, you and your guest are going to experience something similar to what the original Rockefeller family experienced when they lived and owned here. What does that mean to you? You're a younger generation, and even though you grew up here, I'm curious to understand your point of view of what that means.
Well, you come to the point, like I was saying, you truly just come to get away and unplug and relax.
Right.
So many people today, they're under hustle and bustle and, never take that moment to just truly relax,
Right.
have a moment with their own thoughts.
And get rid of their tech toys.
Well, yes, the cell phones don't work so well in the Adirondacks here.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's a good thing. So even though it conjures up, the great, I guess you could say, wealth barons of the 19th and 20th century, it really wasn't so much about how much money you had. It was about how your money could buy you this sort of privacy.
Certainly.
Right.
It certainly could, and it's been replaced today with today's movers and shakers from all over the country.
Right.
Have these wonderful retreats in the Adirondacks where they come and spend the summer to get away.
That's why the architecture, and that's why I went to Alaska. I wanted to see what it was really like before we really lost sort of control of it, And I've been brought up now, I'm living mostly in a really, Los Angeles, a very major metropolis. And obviously it's in the future now, we're going to live closer together and everything. But that separation of nature, but this in a sense, like all this that's natural like this will always can be preserved now.
Protected and preserved.
Protected and reserved, yeah.